welcome back to Minnow Cup number 36 Splat Zones edition. We are now in round 2 of the Swiss stage of this tournament. I am still back with Mars. We have one more game, and this time it looks like, according to the seeding, these two teams are pretty matched.
I guess it'll be interesting to see how they do against each other, considering their seeding. A lot of the time, even if they are seeded evenly, one team could always end up on top regardless, without the seeding needed, really.
Yeah, and especially these two teams, they both have the roster depth. Inkbound 6 players, Far Merge Valley 5 players. So depending on who is ready to play today, who can come onto the ground, we can have one team that has the comp advantage, that has better things to do, or one team that has all of its players that can switch things up and adapt to what the other team is doing. Lots could happen depending on which players are ready to play on each side. We'll see how these teams are able to do, and they will start on Shipshape Cargo Company. Another pretty wide map, and it's all about taking control over that almost a bridge that's above the zones.
Shipshape can be very sufferable at times, especially if you have weapons that are very good at taking care of the areas that you would normally drop from.
Yep, and here we go. It is time to fight. Inkbound bringing us a brush and a decapitator. There's going to be a lot of fights on that side, on the side of FMV. FMV, they have a pencil and the Nautilus. That's perfect to punish your opponent when they're trying to move forward onto you. So FMV needs to establish their defense on the other side. Inkbound needs to find a way to get in, and that Octobrush is not wasting a second, already trying to get in there, trying to get a few splats.
They're currently battling over getting that zone out of control.
Yeah.
Ooh. And we can see with the Zip Caster, the pencil's taken out, but they are punished by a killer whale, I think.
Yeah, and by the Gao following it right there.
Oh, and the what a last shot pick there from Zuka right there.
Yeah, Inkbound really taking control right there and not letting FMV do what they want to do so far. FMV were activating the cooler, finally ready to push in. They have the numbers, but they get splatted by Tetra with the Decapitator.
And they
almost getting a third.
That Octobrush is not wasting time in getting those picks around zone right there.
Yeah.
As we see, they are currently trying to go for the splatter shot, and they get the pick with Zipcaster before going down.
Yeah, Inkbound really maintaining their control thanks to splat after splat after splat. But FMV able to survive a bit longer, are able to take control, but they already lose 3 players, Mars.
That is not good.
It's going to be a rough one. There's a lot of penalty on to Inkbound, so FMV will have some time to prepare a push to get something going, but Inkbound already activating their specials, trying to get more splats into the spot, and it's working! It's a wipeout!
I think what's very important when trying to take back in a situation like this is try your best to at least get your specials out or ready to get that aggressive push in, because then with a special advantage, it's a little bit easier to get picks, especially if you weaken people. As we see, the pencil has gotten tactical around. Are they able to cap?
Pretty much a save with that capture right there, but FMV needs a bit more if they want to.
Two down up from down. I wonder what that spotter shot is up to.
Well, that's what they're up to. They just get one and they're looking to get another with the Zuka, finding it across the bridge right there. Very nice arc, and a third one.
good job them finding someone with that very interestingly arced shot from the Trizuka.
Inkbound are very good at using their momentum. The second they get a splat, they get a second one, and they get another one. They keep moving forward. I feel like FMV really needs to recognize that and stop it, but with the jetpack right there, that's game number one for Inkbound. Really dominating that game. FMV losing too many fights, I feel like.
I think some players can play a little bit too aggressively in situations when they're trying to take back, which can cause people to feed. And feeding is one of the worst things that you could do in a situation, especially on Shipshape, because if the enemy team is very far up on that map, it can be increasingly a lot more difficult to get out.
Yeah, and Inkbound, they were very much incredibly forward. Every time FMV would step just their toe outside of spawn, Inkbound was ready to punish it. Inkbound was there. FMV, they need to really slow things down to get out of spawn, prepare their specials, because the second they stray away from the group, they get called out, they get attacked, and it's going to be very rough for them. That being said, it's just game one. They have 2 more games to get back in there, and we're going to start on Umami Ruins. Go on Umami Ruins.
I really feel like sorry. Inkbound knew what they came into and knew what they wanted when taking that game right there. They knew exactly where they were going, how they were going to do it. And I really admire players who are able to just go into a game and just do what they need to do.
Yeah, it's about like knowing what the plan and then executing the plan. FMV also had a plan, but not really recognizing that Inkbound's overall aggressivity really falls. Like, you have to change the way you play, and going into Umami is really the kind of map that allows you to go forward, to get into the opponent's spawn and to get more and more fights, which, I mean, Inkbound, they love to do exactly that. FMV needs to be ready for these fights right under their spawn. They need to be ready to counter these attacks, to fight these Zipcaster, to shoot it, because if they don't, we're likely to see a repeat of game number one. Let's see if they had the time to talk it out, if they had the time to adapt to what Inkbound is doing. And well, that's the change of brush on the side of Inkbound. On the other side, pretty much, no more pencil, triple shooter, and a heavy edit.
So I've been sitting here wondering why I couldn't hear the game audio, and I realized
you muted the stream?
I turned it down, yeah, I forgot that I turned it down.
That's why. Well, we got the audio, it's working pretty well. Inkbound is getting in. You have already a few splats for Inkbound, but they get punished right away, trade after trade, but Inkbound keeps moving forward as the trade are occurring. Tetra is punished with the decavitator. That is big, but the walls are going to get the splat there, and Inkbound stay in control. Shelby has to jump away, and now this is when FMV needs to recognize where the fight is going to happen and not get splatted before they have the opportunity for a push.
I think it's very important to not get separated as well when playing, because worst case scenario, you are going to end up getting picked off by one or more people, which can also be very bad, especially if you are trying to get back in. Scattering yourself as a team and just getting very disoriented can cause pushes from the enemy team to be a lot more difficult to handle.
Yeah, and right now Inkbound is just 6 ticks away from the victory, and then we kept the zone. FMV needs to paint right now. They need to give it their all, trying to get in. They lose their 52, and they lose another player. Oh, just the Edit left standing. That's going to be game for
No.
Inkbound taking the
That is
set.
game 2 from Inkbound taken, leaving them with a 2-0 score.
Mm-hmm.
And that is game.
Yep, that is the game. That's I mean, in game number 1, Inkbound took control and really showed what they can do when they have the momentum. In game number 2, they got even faster. They got even stronger, not letting FMV cap the zone
They were not
anymore.
letting them out. They were really, really working on making sure that they could not get themselves in far enough to get those zones back.
And it's as you were saying, Farm Merge Valley, they were letting themselves be staggered, be isolated from each other, and being scattered all around the map really allowed Inkbound to run at them and win the fight, especially with the brush and the cavitator. Inkbound was very happy to run around the map and play whack-a-mole, just getting players one by one that way. It really was playing into their style, and it was really, really rough for Farm Merge Valley to get back in there. That's a clean 2-0 for Inkbound. They're going to get another victory going into round number 3. Yeah, and I think we're going to take a short break, and we'll be right back with
We'll be right
that
back.
third round.